looking at the entire offense, Eric, correct me if I'm wrong. It just seems as though you can go to offensive line, running back, certainly quarterback over the past 3 to 5 seasons and find stars, guys that have been top level Pac-12 or national performers. And the wide receiver position, and I probably should have hit on this just a second ago when we went over that unit, seems to be a place where there's been good talent, a number of guys that can step in, seem to be very similar players, but not a true standout there at wide receiver for quite a long time.
Yeah, it's probably fair. Dylan Mitchell had a great year in 18, but he was never an NFL guy. I think he's like on the Vikings practice squad. He set some school records, or I think you could make an argument that's one of the better. He had a great quarterback in Justin Herbert too, which helps. But yeah, no, I don't think there's any question. I mean, Oregon over the last decade, you can point to some tight ends who've been really good. You can point obviously to some quarterbacks who've been arguably the best in the country. You can point to some running backs who've been up for Doak Walker awards and that kind of thing. And you can point to, Penei Sewell, who won the Outland Trophy not that long ago. So there's plenty of those guys. Receiver hasn't had a Biletnikoff semifinalist. I don't know since when, Mark. It's probably been a couple of decades. And, the reality is this group is really talented for Oregon. And I think that's what gets you excited. They're just really inexperienced. In the 2021 recruiting class with Franklin and Thornton, those are the second and third highest rated receivers the school had ever signed. And so the hope and the expectation is those two guys develop into stars. And I don't know if it's too early to expect that this upcoming season. I don't know. I mean, I think a thing we haven't really touched on, Mark, is brand new offense. I don't know exactly what this looks like. I don't know how much they'll rely upon the running backs or the receivers or the tight ends. I don't know exactly, really even schematically, exactly what they're going to try to do. But I think you have the skeleton at receiver, at least, to be like, you got 3 to 4 guys who could be pretty darn good. It's now just how does it fit and how do they all come together, I guess.
Yeah, Oregon fans can check out the Florida State tapes from last year with Kenny Dillingham running the show. Jordan Travis, I would say, very similar to Bo Nix in certain respects. Certainly not the passer that Bo Nix is. Jordan Travis still very much developing as a passer, but both dynamic players. So they certainly fitted the offense around Jordan Travis, and we'll see what Dillingham does with Bo Nix if he, in fact, does win the job.